Hello and welcome to Scrib TV. I'm Samuel Ayton, joined by James Cartwright, and today we're going to be discussing
the best quarterbacks who haven't got a starting job.
So there's 32 teams in the NFL, but unfortunately there are more than 32 quarterbacks. James, who do you think is probably the best guy not starting for an NFL team at the moment?
Largely, I would say most of the quarterbacks who deserve a start have got a start. Some of them don't deserve a start, and we'll discuss that in another video. But the main guy is probably Colin Kaepernick. People aren't fancying him, but seeing what he did in San Francisco when they got to the Super Bowl, made that run, you really thought he was going to be their guy for 10 plus years potentially, but then struggled with injury, dropped, left the side. And I don't know why nobody's taking a gamble on him.
Well, I think a lot of it is because of his decision to kneel during the national anthem, which for me, it shows nothing.
For me.
Yeah, it shows nothing about his talent. And I think a lot of the head coaches out there know that, and they would be happy to have him, but I think it's just depending on that fan base. Now, he's been linked heavily with the Baltimore Ravens after Joe Flacco's injury.
Yes.
Whether or not he does move there, I think most players on the Ravens would welcome that. I think Joe Flacco himself would welcome that, and I think Cap would be quite happy to play there. Whether or not he goes there remains to be seen. Why a team like the Browns hasn't picked him up, I can't personally say.
Probably even the reasons you've cited before.
I think though that it is petty, and I think with the guy's talent, you've got to take a chance. This guy had one of the best touchdown to interception ratios in the league last season. We're talking about 2016. This guy was one of the best quarterbacks, touchdown to interceptions, yet he goes free agent and no one wants him. Cap, though, obviously we're talking about controversial issues off the field. Anyone perhaps that you're thinking who you can't really pinpoint anything on? Why has this guy not got a starting job? Anyone else coming to your mind?
Not particularly, if I'm honest. Maybe Robert Griffin. Why isn't he potentially starting at the Browns again? Because he was a decent quarterback. I liked him when he was in Washington. Again, another QB that you thought was going to be the QB for quite a long time, but didn't quite establish himself.
Yeah, I think with Robert Griffin as well, getting a lot of injuries. But I mean, I think you've probably got to change the question for this guy. I can see why he wouldn't be starting, but why has he not got a job? Why is he not just playing in an NFL team as a number 2, as even a number 3 guy? I can't think of them off the top of my head, but you can probably list numerous QBs why they even like the second choice, because they're going to come in and they're not going to win games, are they? I can think of the one for my side, Landry Jones. I'd much rather have Robert Griffin, not going to lie. Well, you've mentioned about Landry Jones before. We know you're not such a keen fan of him. Another guy that we can mention, just because he doesn't have a starting job, definitely does have a job in the NFL, and there's probably a reason why he doesn't have a starting job, but Jimmy Garoppolo, one of the best young quarterbacks in the league, understudy to Tom Brady. Why doesn't he have a starting job, James?
Well, I would understand it to be that the Patriots want him to be their starting quarterback in a couple of years' time when Tom Brady has left, and bring him in much like the Green Bay Packers did with Aaron Rodgers. That's what I would imagine. Yeah,
I think that's pretty much the answer to that question. I think Garoppolo's been linked with moves. Other teams showed interest in him, but Bill Belichick said, well, he's going to be our guy in a few years. So, no, you're not having him. If the
Patriots didn't want him, I would imagine he would be a starting quarterback anyway. Quite a few sides in the league.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just one of those situations for him where he will get his chance, but if Brady keeps going, perhaps...
But he's learning from the best.
Exactly, yeah, he's learning from the best, and I think you'll have to probably give him a chance at some point, whether it's with the Patriots when Brady goes, or maybe in a few years if Brady decides he's going to go for longer. Because obviously they have Jacoby Brissett as well, who looks another decent young QB. Anyone else off the top of your head who maybe is a backup for a team, James, or anyone you think perhaps could have a shot at winning a starting job, perhaps? I mean, a guy comes into my head, I don't know if you maybe want to talk about him a little bit. Matt Barkley, why is he not definitely going to be the starter in San Francisco? I think he did a decent job for the Bears last year.
Well, just related to the Bears, why isn't Mitch Trubisky guaranteed a start at that particular side? That was what my question would be.
Yeah, true. I mean, these two, obviously Barkley did well for them. They didn't keep him. They then shipped him off to San Francisco, where he's not guaranteed to start. And then they spend big going second pick with Trubisky, and the Bears don't even necessarily say they're going to start him. I think, to be honest, like James said, most of the QBs that deserve a start probably have one. Main guy's got to be Cap. I mean, other than his controversial issues, are there any other reasons that you can think of why Colin Kaepernick is not starting? Please let us know. Is there anything else you want to add, James?
Well, I'm just going to site again, them issues are just ridiculous because we've had so many NFL quarterbacks NFL players who've done such questionable things, like so many worse things, crimes, ridiculous crimes, right? That should have them locked up for years, and they're coming back into the league and they're playing. And why isn't Kaepernick given a chance? Give the man a chance. I
mean, just getting a word over the top of the camera there, a guy we should mention. I do like this guy, but there's no chance in hell that he's going to start for an NFL team again for the rest of his life. Johnny Manziel, he should be a starter. He should be a starter, but he ruined his career by becoming a basic druggie and alcoholic. I mean, I think he's a great guy, and I want him to return to the NFL. Being a few links with him going to the Chargers perhaps as an understudy to someone like Rivers. He brings another dimension to the game, but I mean, I just think his off the field antics, he's just shown head coaches around the league why. I mean, would you be willing to take a risk on this guy, knowing that you might not get him for a full season with him actually behaving himself?
No, I would not at all. He's just hasn't got the attitude to play in the NFL. I would say, again, your fandom of this guy is what. I mean, these two guys who work on Squib TV have a great fandom of Johnny Manziel, which I personally do not understand. I mean, it's all the money thing and whatever else it is, but in terms of being an actual quality NFL quarterback, he only came close in 3 or 4 games at the Cleveland Browns. He could have been a starter, but he wasted it all. Yeah,
I think that's the thing with that guy is the difference between Kaepernick and Manziel, I think, in this one is both have talent. Manziel threw his away from his own making. Kaepernick tries to make a stand for what I think believes the right causes and gets himself potentially never going to play another snap in the NFL. But yeah, let us know what you think. If you think there's a guy we've forgotten about, if you agree or disagree with any of our reasons, please let us know. Comment, like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter @squib_TV. Thank you for watching.
It's a touchdown.